What's up, nerds? Welcome to DNA Pow Block, DNA's All Nintendo Show, Episode 2 of the Reset. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and joining me again from World 1-1, Adrian and Edward.
Hello.
How are you guys? Dude, I'm so excited because we're going to talk about NX and kind of our hopes and dreams for Nintendo's next system, some of the rumors and stuff, and how Nintendo's just going to dash our dreams but still make something amazing.
Exactly.
So, but first, how we start every one of our shows, except for last week because it was Zelda. We had to talk about Zelda. I want to ask you guys if you guys have been playing anything interesting, anything cool, anything new.
I restarted Skyward Sword, so I'm about to start that. And I just got done playing Gears of War 2. And today I was playing Bravely Default, so I'm kind of grinding. But other than that, I'm going to be starting Gears 3 actually tomorrow, sometime this week with Skyward Sword. And then Tokyo Mirage Session FE, I just gotta go pick up and start that too. So.
Yeah, I picked up Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and it's still in the cellophane. I'm gonna play a little bit after we're done here, but I wanna play it because it looks really good, and I liked
that box art though.
Oh, I know, it's so.
Oh yes,
it is.
So,
it is very well done.
Yeah, it. Oh my gosh, I've been watching videos on that game. It just looks so good. Looks so good.
And so many people have been looking for the music. They're just like, we want the soundtrack. Like people are digging the music in that game.
I know. It's I can't wait to play it. It sounds ridiculous and totally Japanese and totally awesome. And Persona with Fire Emblem characters, I mean.
I know. What else can you ask for, eh?
I know.
Two of my favorite series.
I know, and it's secretly one of Wii U's best games, apparently. So.
I've heard that a lot, yes. Like the reviews have been very, very kind to the game. And I just, you know what, I found it kind of funny how... I don't know if you guys have noticed, but SpongeBob has become like a Bible for memes. Like every time you need to make a meme, you can use a SpongeBob like clip or something.
Yeah.
So like I saw one today, basically saying, "Oh no, yeah, the Wii U is dying, blah blah blah," and I think it was SpongeBob just slaps the character with the case of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, like no. Slaps it there, like man, like that's totally true, right? Like people are saying, oh yeah, the Wii U is dying, but is it really? Like there is a bunch of indie games coming. We have this game, we have Color Splash coming, and Zelda as well. So I think the Wii U is still fine for a while. I mean, not as many games as PS4 or Xbox One, but I'm happy with what I'm getting. That's fine.
I mean, who has time to play all those games anyway, right?
I know.
I barely have the time to play the games I want to play, let alone.
You know what? Just to like kind of close like that argument real quick, I feel like most of the people that are complaining that X system doesn't have games, or PS4 has so many games, or Xbox One has so many games, blah blah blah, are like kids whose parents are getting them games, and because the parents are getting them games, they can just get as many as they want. But we adults that have to pay for stuff. We can't afford to get so many games, so whenever there is a game that we really want, we invest in that game and just play that game instead of just going nuts and buying like 50 or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are some adults who are just terrible at Nintendo games. Like, you're a grown person and you're terrible still at Mario. And no, Corey, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about there are some people who be like, well, Mario is just for kids. And then you see them play a Mario game, just be like, no, you're just terrible at this game.
Yeah,
there's no way that... Oh, go ahead.
Here's the thing about like Mario games. Like the first like 3 worlds, like Nintendo in general does such a great job of gradually easing you into the difficulty. But once you hit that difficulty, you're like, it's hard. Mario is hard. Once you get to like worlds 6, 7, and 8, like those levels are challenging. Not just from a it's not like there's so many enemies on screen or whatever. It's just the platforming. You have to be so precise, and
It gets really tight, yeah.
yeah, you get your timing down and stuff, and it's just like Nintendo's always been good at that. Even World 1-1 of Super Mario Brothers. Like if you don't jump over that Goomba, you're gonna die. Like it's so good at teaching you the mechanics while increasing the difficulty. So.
Yeah, you know what? That's why on my and anytime I play a Mario game, I always try to 100% the first couple of levels or the first couple of worlds because I know things are only gonna get harder after that. So I get like as many as many one-ups, as many power-ups, as many stuff as I can on the first couple of worlds. That way I can unlock other stuff without having to do some of the harder things. Especially like I did this a lot on Mario Galaxy. Like I got so many stuff in the very first couple of galaxies that then when I was like almost at the end, I was just like, nope, I'm just going for Bowser's Castle. I don't care about anything else. Let's just beat the game. Let's just go right now.
Yeah, but there's just something to me doing a collector down like Mario and 100% it is like that's the challenge for not I don't want to say hardcore players, but more of the determined players who want to get everything and really feel accomplished. Like you're not doing it for no trophy. And I like when the Mario games and Nintendo in general, which we probably will be talking about in NX, there may be an achievement system or a trophy system. I think like Nintendo's just like if you guys want to get this get everything, you're gonna have to work for it. Like I'm still working hard at Yoshi's Woolly World to get 100% and not to get hit. And this is a game that's supposed to be charming and like really fun and easy to get to.
Yeah, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse was the same way. Like that game is super easy unless you're trying to get all the collectibles and all the different things in the level. Then it becomes challenging. Then you gotta really you gotta know how to draw your lines, where to draw them, like how to angle it right so Kirby can get the right distance on this weird jump that you need to make, and it's just Nintendo's always been good at that.
It doesn't hold your hand.
You know what? And I think that's one of the many beauties of Nintendo, how the games are so widely accessible for anyone to just jump in and play. But whenever you want to get those like 100% the game, that's where things get tough. And yes, Yoshi's Woolly World is a perfect, like a prime example of how this game is very charming and very easy, and I have mellow mode and I have wings and stuff like that. And then you try to get everything, and oh man, does it get hard. It's just beautiful.
But it's just it makes you want to get everything because you just be like, I want to replay this level for the fun. I know that getting everything is going to be the difficulty, but I'm just like, there's something about I want to hear the music again and I want to just be challenged. I look for if I had fun in this level, I want to go back and replay that fun that I just had, even though I know what's in it. There's just something about replaying it that I look forward to.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
And like circling it back around to like what we've been playing, like I've recently been playing Dark Souls 3, and like that game doesn't tell you anything.
Nope.
That's like you're just going, and like if you haven't played a Dark Souls game before, you're gonna have a rough time. But like, I mean, I'm even having a rough time, and I've played I've played all 3 Dark Souls games and Bloodborne, so.
I gotta finish Bloodborne.
Not well, but like, I kind of actually like this might be a topic for another show, but like, man, every time I'm playing Dark Souls 3, I'm like, I wish Nintendo would like give them some money and say, hey, that series that you have, Dark Souls, why don't you put a Zelda skin on that? Why don't we try that? And like, I really like. I know, and like I've talked about this with several people, about, I think I was talking to the Life of Gaming podcast guys about gaming crossovers, what we'd like to see, and that one was one that we all brought up, and it was just like ever since then I've just been like thinking about that. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool because they already did it with Hyrule Warriors like 2 popular franchises. So
Well, Hyrule Warriors is kind of different because it was a game people laughed at. They didn't understand what it was, but they laughed at it and be like, "I'm not gonna get Hyrule Warriors. Don't know. I don't play these games." And it set off people get into like the Dynasty Warrior games because Dynasty Warrior was really it's really a niche title and brand. Everybody picked up Dynasty Hyrule Warriors, and even with the butt rock, everybody was enjoying the game, and it has so much content in that game.
right, and they're still coming out with content for that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with Hyrule Warriors being such a hit and doing Nintendo and actually Tecmo a good deal, that's why the Dragon Quest game came out.
Yeah.
And that became a hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I actually like that topic, gaming crossovers that we would like to see. We should totally have another episode about that for sure.
Maybe that'll be next week's episode.
I'll be down for that.
Yes.
I'll be very down for that. But coming back to games that we've been playing lately, I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but Mighty Number 9, I've been playing a lot of that with my friend Tony from the book club, from the NBC book club. We've been like Skyping and just playing Mighty Number 9 together. We're both very big Mega Man fans, so of course we're excited with Mighty Number 9 coming out. And the complaints about the game, you can listen to them on World 1-1 podcast. Just listen to those there. But it's a fantastic experience when you have a friend to play with. So we've been playing that. I've been playing some
Codename
Waker, Codename Steam, Wind Waker HD as well. I finally got the Master Sword and I finished the Temple of the Gods. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do next. This is always the point on Wind Waker HD when I'm like, oh shit, I forgot what to do next. So I'm just trying to figure that out right now. But no, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm at Codename Steam, just like Edward said, playing a little bit of that too. And you know what? I can't wait to play Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE tonight.
Adrian, did you unfreeze the castle of Princess Zelda?
Yes. I mean, when you take the Master Sword out, all the monsters inside unfreeze. Yes. Yeah. But not the outside. Like the outside is still closed, of course.
Okay. All right. When I got encountered that part of the game, I thought it was one of the best things Nintendo has ever done in my lifetime.
Yeah, and you know what? That's one of the many reasons why I love Twilight, Wind Waker. Why do I want to say Twilight? Wind Waker so much.
Princess is the best Zelda game.
Let's not go that far. Wind Waker is the best.
We had that discussion.
Yeah, man, we can be all day about best Zelda games for sure.
So Corey and audience, you have to check out Optional Opinion coming this Friday. Me and George from Simon's Cake, we get into a discussion about Skyward Sword, and we talk a little bit about the Zelda franchise. It's a really good discussion.
You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait to listen to that episode because you always have the weirdest opinions about stuff, and I feel George and I always have kind of like a similar opinion. So I want to see how that played out. So
check it out.
Yeah.
Wind Waker still has one of my favorite bosses, and it's the ghost with the mask, and you gotta like the shield on it, and it once you get it, you grab it and you roll it, and he pops open to all these other ghosts. I love that because I love whacking all those stupid ghosts together.
No, yeah, but you know what? I love Wind Waker. It's just like it gets hard, it gets confusing, and you have no idea where to go next, and that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. But yeah, I'm playing those 3 games. I'm trying to finish Mighty Number 9. I'll probably play some tonight. We'll see how that goes, and Codename Steam, I have to finish it by Thursday. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll see how far I get there.
Good. I like Codename Steam a lot.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I didn't finish it, but like I liked it a lot. But then like I forget what I started playing after that. Majora's Mask came out, and I started playing that.
Yeah. How are you for? And this is it's so bad that we're doing kind of like planning inside a podcast. But how are you for time on Thursday?
Thursday, I work in the morning, but I'm free all afternoon, probably after like 4.
Okay, we'll talk some more on tomorrow or after the show actually.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, but that's what I've been playing. So very exciting. A bunch of really cool games right now.
Yeah. For me, I've been playing Overwatch. I like that game when people know what they're doing. I don't like that game because I'm playing on PS4. Me and Brian are playing on PS4, and every time we go in there, every other game we get a team that knows what they're doing, and we do really well. And like, me and Brian have like we know what we're doing depending on like if it's defend or attack or if it's like a escort mission or whatever. We know what people were using because we just go in 2-man and then everybody else kind of knows what they're doing. But every other game, man, we get people in there that like have to go in there playing like they're playing Call of Duty on console, and it's bad.
It's
man.
a mess.
Yeah. That's what I told you, that like that comment that I posted on the page. I think it is very spot on how, there is a lot more kids playing Overwatch on console because they can't really afford a gaming PC, while adults or kids that have a lot of money, they do have gaming PCs. They play on PC and they can know better what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, but it kind of indicates that.
Well, I think kids at a certain age, they haven't been taught to differentiate first-person shooters. Like, you cannot play a FPS always like it's a Call of Duty game. It doesn't work. Like, if you haven't tried Team Fortress, you can't go and play Team Fortress like Call of Duty. You'll get murdered.
Well, let's be honest. Kids shouldn't be playing Call of Duty to begin with.
Adrian, when a mom drops a 6-year-old kid off with $60 in their hand and come to my store and be like, "Can I buy Call of Duty?" We got a problem.
Yep, I was the same back in the day.
Yeah, but like when like when we have a team that works, it's like it's really fun. And like Adrian, like what you said, when the difference is that PC gamers are more in tune, I think, with those types of games than console gamers are. I was having that conversation with Lee and Ray the other day from Nerd Overdrive, and they said the same thing. So, I mean, we're gonna keep playing, like, because if we get a team that doesn't know what they're doing, like, we still know what we're doing. So it's like I'll run Mercy and he'll run a Soldier 76 or whatever. So I can give him that buff because he's better killing people and I'm better at support. Or if we're defending, like, I'll run a Lucio and he'll run either Torbjorn or what's his name? Gosh, Roadhog, and we'll just go in there and do our thing. But like, we always have a combination that we know will work, even if we're playing with people that don't know what they're doing. But
I think the best thing you can do is, like, you and Brian are already playing together. Just find like 2 more people and just go as a team.
Yeah, I mean, we have the DNA Heroes of Overwatch Facebook group.
Yeah.
Like, but it always seems like everybody's schedules are different, and every time we try to get to play with people, like, we can't, or they're playing on a different platform or whatever. So
it's always hard to schedule with people. I agree.
Yeah, but if you're watching this and you play Overwatch, join the DNA Heroes of Overwatch Facebook group. But other than that,
you're making me want to get this game to like really support you guys, and I think I
might. But other than that, I've been playing through Twilight Princess because I need my Wolf Link.
Yes.
I need that Wolf Link with those 20 hearts. So I've been playing through that, and I've been trying to finish Fire Emblem Conquest. I beat Birthright, and then I took a little break, but now I'm playing Conquest, and man, Conquest is way harder than
it is
Birthright.
brutal, eh? Yeah.
It is so weird. I still have my Conquest in the packaging, and I can't wait to get into it. I kind of want my tail kick, but I feel like I got the right game that's gonna fit me.
It's crazy because like those games are meant to be played back to back because I forgot like half of the move sets and what characters play well off each other and like what types of characters play well off each other and like I had to reteach myself that while getting my butt whooped in that game. So
It's that yin yang effect. You have to learn what works against what.
yeah. Yeah, it's like it's very intense rock, paper, scissors is what it is. But that's kind of what I've been playing. That and Dark Souls 3, which is like super hard. But
So what we're gathering here is that you just like punishment.
I guess. I guess.
Hey,
guess it's fun getting married, huh?
Oh, snap.
I'm
Nice.
She won't watch this. But in case she does, son, I love you. I didn't really mean that. I'm just kidding.
You know that's your baby girl.
I know she's the best. Actually, we've been trying to play through Life is Strange together too, because
nice.
she's not a huge gamer, but she likes games like that. So we've been trying to play through that.
I started that one, and I need to get back into it. I think I have all 5 episodes, but I need to get back into it. It's a really good game. It's really surprised
me. It's good for what it is. The story's pretty good. The animations are real janky and like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm playing it on Xbox One and like I don't know. I don't like the way the game. I like the way the game looks, but I don't like the way it animates. Does that make sense? It's just really weird, and like the voices are off just a little bit, and like you can tell this game was written by a bunch of 40-year-old dudes who are trying to place 15 and 16-year-old girls. Like it's just weird, but like other than that, like the story's cool. We got through the first episode. We're gonna try to play a little bit tomorrow night. That second episode, but
that's the part after the campus, right? You're on the campus, right?
Yeah, that first episode. I don't know how far you are, Edward, but we just went back to the lighthouse from the beginning of the game. Is where
I finished the part where and this is spoilers, so I do apologize. That you go into the campus because you those girls the girls that was teasing you kind of get paint on her and then you're able to go in.
Yeah,
that's very early
about
on.
Thirds of the way through the episode, I think.
Yeah,
well, about
but
halfway.
I think because the girl one of her friends is arguing with another girl in the dorm room and then you somehow get her to apologize and they make up, and I think that's where I last left off. But I think the episode had ended. And then now I just gotta start too.
It's weird because there's 2 parts to that first episode. There's the stuff that happens at school, and then there's a little part after that you go to Max's friend's house, and kind of like because her stepdad or whatever is the security guard at the school, like you learn a bunch of stuff there. So there's 2 parts to that first episode.
Okay,
that part. My only problem with Life is Strange is how much it makes me feel like I'm a teenager again, and I'm always like, oh my god, like I'm gonna screw up, I totally screw up, and then I rewind time. I don't know, it makes me feel uneasy, and it's strange.
Yeah.
That's why I also got Oxenfree. I think you was talking about that, Adrian.
Yeah, I love that game. It's so good.
I have it on Xbox One, and I need to really sit down and spend some time with that game because I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, is this a horror game or?
It kind of is, yeah. It makes me feel uneasy too, actually. Those 2 games, yeah, they make me feel weird.
All right. Well, this isn't an Xbox One or an PS4 show. But I mean, those games are all super good. But we're here to talk about NX. There's a bunch of rumors floating around, a bunch of strong rumors floating around, and I kind of want to get your guys' feel on what Nintendo's console is, because as of this recording, they haven't really said anything about it yet, except for Zelda's coming out for it.
And Just Dance.
You beat me to it. I was gonna say that.
I mean, Just Dance doesn't count. It comes out for everything. I mean, I think it's still coming out for Wii at this point. So
yeah.
I don't know. I just want to get your guys' opinions on this thing. What you kind of want from this, and like I want to address some of the rumors, like the cartridge rumor, which I guess we'll start there. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Somebody found on Reddit that the patent for that game, uh, or the trademark, has cartridge and disc attached to it, which Wii U games specifically have discs in their trademarks, and 3DS games specifically have cartridges as their trademarks, but this game has both, which seems to verify the cartridge. Nintendo's going back to cartridges.
No, because I think Nintendo reported saying that the NX is not a cartridge-based system. I think
on the contrary, I don't think they have dismissed that rumor.
But it wouldn't make sense to add a cartridge to a disc-based game. I know they said that it's not a digital-only system, but in this time, why would you try to put two formats in one system? That's more money. That's more money that they have to spend on, because you make more money selling a game on a disc than you will on a cartridge. So why would you want to spend more money on two different things? Like what is the cartridge going to do that the disc can't do? The only thing that's going to be on the disc is the data. It may take a little bit longer to load, but what would the cartridge do? The cartridge, that wouldn't make sense to put it on a system like that.
So I'm just gonna start by saying whenever there is a new rumor for anything, I always sigh like, I can't believe another rumor. Here we go again. Social media is gonna go nuts, and all the Facebook groups that I'm part of are gonna be talking about the same thing. Like, I get really annoying to a point that I normally start ignoring rumors. I just whatever, just scroll down on my Facebook feed. Let's just look for something else to talk about. However, if the NX is somewhat a cartridge-based console or something, I'll be okay with that. I'll be 100% on board with that. Mostly because I miss cartridges a lot. I love having my 3DS cartridges with me, even though they're super tiny. They're just fantastic to have around. They look great, and they make games load a lot faster, which is something that pisses me off about games so much sometimes. Again, like going back to Mighty Number 9, for example, that game takes a long time to load. Like, it's insane how much it takes to load.
Especially for a digital game.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's super weird. But if you make like a cartridge-based console that really helps that process of, hey, the game is gonna load a lot faster, I'm okay, cool, bring it on.
But then that's gonna cost a lot of money, because that's a lot of data that's going on that cartridge.
Maybe they figure out a way to make cartridges cheap. It's Nintendo after all.
Here's the thing. I think, like, the only reason why I think this rumor sticks a little bit more than it should is because, NX is still rumored to be that hybrid console that, like, you can take with you or play at home, where, like, at first it was NX might be an all-digital thing. That was officially debunked by Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
But the cartridge thing makes the portability of the games easier if you don't want to buy them digitally, which is the only thing I can see that that rumor sticking. But then on the other hand, like, you got to have a pretty big card to hold one of these games. Like, I mean, a Blu-ray holds what, 75 gigs? Is that what
I think so.
Yeah, but you can have USB flash drives that are 64 gigs, right? So
you have one that's 128 gigs.
Yeah, like the technology is there.
I'm looking at 64 gig memory cards, SD cards. Now, this isn't anything to go off of or anything, but like, on Amazon, a 64 gig SD card, a decent one is $23.
Oh, Nintendo's not going to allow that.
And you're gonna add a game to that. Like, how much how much is that going to cost Nintendo, first of all, and how much is that going to cost
Nintendo's not going to
companies?
allow. Nintendo's not going to allow that because of the R4 situation that happened in Japan, where people just stealing games off of online and then playing them in their DS. That R4 situation is a problem, and so if people could find out ways to get a Nintendo cartridge, be able to get it empty, and be able to get that game online for free, doing some piracy stuff, that cuts into Nintendo's money.
Yeah.
And then now, I mean, I don't know if they have to mod the system to read it, or if the system's gonna be like, okay, this is a USB drive, but it has this information.
I mean, it could be proprietary, like Sony does with Vita, almost.
Right. And then you got to factor in of they're gonna be like, well, your system has to be connected to my Nintendo, and if for some unknown reason my Nintendo realized that you really don't own this game, but to see that would be hard to tell to see if they own the game or not.
Yeah, it would almost have to be like, I don't know, the way you have to do, like on PS4, you have to have your, like, you can only play your digital games on your primary system, or if you're connected to the internet on a separate system, it would almost have to be something like that.
Because I know Nintendo doesn't want piracy on their systems, and I think for some unknown reason, if they do go cartridge, if they do go cartridge, what our third party developers are going to think? Because now they got to pay out not only for the CDs, they got to pay out more because they got to get the cartridge.
It's the N64 argument all over again with PlayStation. That's why so many people jump ship to PlayStation, because it costs like 6 cents to press a disc, where it costs like something like $4 to press a cartridge.
Yeah.
So
and then you got the chips and stuff that you got to put into the game.
Right. So like it cost it. I mean, some companies were just breaking even on N64. Like if you were a third party developing for N64, you were barely breaking even, if that. Some stories say. So like, I don't know. This whole thing sounds real backwards, and like Nintendo always likes to do their own thing. I get that, but I can't. And then another Nintendo can't survive without third party. It just can't.
I think third party. No, this is the thing. Nintendo can't survive without third party because Nintendo works well with Japanese developers. They don't work well with American developers.
Right.
And I think, yes, Nintendo, I know people would like third party to be on the NX, but I don't think they're going to give Nintendo their all. It's going to be the Wii U situation, the whole thing. I think we're going to get cut content. I think they're going to not try to really figure out the online structure or anything like that, because to me, third party, they want a quick buck. You know, they could say that they talk to the Microsoft or Sony developers and all of that stuff. But I just feel like, no, you guys just want a quick buck. Yeah. It's not saying that, it's easier to develop for this platform. So you struggle to make a game on PlayStation 3, but you still stuck with the system to make it get better. Where you didn't even.
That's because it sold 70 million units.
Yeah. Too. But the thing about it is, PlayStation 3 was the sale system. So all the complaints was just like, well, it's hard to develop for PlayStation 3. But you stayed with the PlayStation 3 for the whole life cycle. Where with Wii U, like it looked like they didn't even try to learn to develop for their system. So even if they go to Nintendo and talk about what they would like for the NX to be, are you going to have developers committed to make games for the NX? And this is for third party. If you feel like the game is not going to sell on NX because didn't nobody buy it, are you going to still stay committed to that system and really trying to learn the ins and out? Your first game for a new platform is not always going to be good because you're learning it.
Right. Adrian, this is a question for you since you are on the dev side of things. Like I know your first game's coming out soon, Tuna Cycle, but in terms of developing a game for because Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have similar architecture inside them, whereas Wii U has total proprietary stuff inside of it, which was, quote, a complaint of the developers, even though I just think they're being lazy and not giving Nintendo the time of day. But like,
Right.
how does that really affect a development cycle? How does that affect development of a game when the structures inside the systems are different?
All right, so it's always hard to develop for any consoles, especially because like, yes, PS4 and Xbox One they may have the kind of similar architectures, but power-wise they're still slightly different. So whenever you're developing a game, and we actually run through on this during the development for Tuna Cycle, is there's so many like mobile devices, right? It's kind of hard to always cater to every single device out there, right? So, for example, we're developing some Android devices, and like, oh, can I run the game well? Do we spend time trying to make it work for those Android devices or Apple devices, or should we just say like, hey, no, I mean, it works from this generation and onwards, right? You have to put some money and more time into trying to figure out how to make things work. And I think, sadly, because of the big difference between the Wii U and the PS4 and Xbox One, developers, I mean, you can't really complain. You can really blame them when the power is so vastly different between the three consoles, or between two of the consoles, really. You can't blame them for deciding like, hey, I mean, making the game work on this one platform, it's very, very difficult. It will take so much time, so much money. So, I mean, why bother, right? It's sad, but it's really the reality of things.
Right.
I think if the NX is to succeed, it has to be at least as good as the Xbox One, which is quote unquote the weak link right now, which is stupid, really, but whatever. Yeah, it needs to be as close to that as possible, as a minimum requirement, in order for developers to jump on developing games for that. Yes, you can make things work on inferior hardware. You just have to make different decisions and just change things a little bit. I think developers are just too used to, hey, no, we're just making this game with as much graphics, as much power as we can on PC, and everybody else will just have to deal. It's a sad reality, but just the way it is.
Do you think that's going to affect development on NX? Because the rumor is it's as powerful as the PlayStation 4 now, but with Neo and Scorpio supposedly coming out soon, Nintendo's still going to be the weak one, even though Xbox and PlayStation swear they're not leaving their old consoles behind. Everything's going to work everywhere. But do you think that's going to affect Nintendo at all, still being the weak one after Scorpio and Neo are out?
I don't think it will, and it's because I don't think people are going to upgrade to the Scorpio or the Neo, to be honest. As soon as those prices drop, people are gonna go like, whoa, hold on a second, how much are you charging me for this thing now? After I spent $400 a couple of years back and so much more money on all these games, are you really gonna charge me again for this more powerful console? It's kind of like, it's a bit ask, right? Like, and Phil Spencer said perfectly, actually. I think it was an interview with IGN, but it may have been with some other network. He basically said like, hey, do you own a 4K TV? No. Okay, then the Scorpio is not for you. Just don't buy it. Don't buy it, right?
Yeah, I think he said something like that in a couple interviews, because I remember hearing that when they were interviewing him at Giant Bomb too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you know what, I think the PlayStation Neo is gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be a matter of, do you have a 4K TV, and do you want to play all the VR games that hopefully everybody thinks that the VR will take off. I'm still skeptical. We'll see if that really happens.
I
But
still think so, dude. I
yeah,
think the motion in 3D all over again.
yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna. I mean, I think VR will be a great thing down the road. I don't think it's gonna be big this year.
I think it's going to be a big thing outside of gaming. I think it might be bigger outside of gaming. I don't think gaming is going to be like, even the Resident Evil 7 is supposed to be, the first. It's like the first major publisher to say, hey, look, we're making a full game for PlayStation VR, and you can play it on PS4 or all in VR. Like, I still don't think even a game like that is gonna like pull someone in. I think it's a cool. I don't want to use the term gimmick, but like I think it's
a cool tech.
Yeah, it's cool.
Tech.
It's cool tech, and like horror games are gonna benefit the most from this, I think, or a game like Eve Valkyrie or No Man's Sky, probably. But man, I just
well with the VR thing, it will get back into the Nintendo question. Are you paying $60 to play, or not $60? Are you spending $400 plus for a game to get 30 minutes of experience, and you have to time that, like be strategic? Like you can't really do a VR game all in one sitting. Like do people really gonna buy VR for that? Because like I'm not going to spend $400 and I have to plan out when I'm going to get this experience and then take it off in case my eyes get watery, and then wait another day or a few more hours to let my eyes rest and then go in. Like why would I do that? I would rather be I'd rather play just a console game and just drill in that adventure for as much time that I want. If I pay $60 and the game is giving me at least 15 hours, I don't want to pay $60 for a game that's only going to be 3.5 hours. And then there's only really one experience to get, because you can't really replay a VR game unless it opens up like multiple paths on it. And are there going to be games like that that's going to open it up? Like if you do get Resident Evil 7, is it just one straight shot, or is Resident Evil 7 going to open up and let you do a different storyline?
Right.
No, but going back to Nintendo, yeah, I don't think the NX will suffer much from those two other platforms. To be honest, I think there's gonna be a lot of people buying the Neo, and they're gonna be very much surprised how bad of a decision that was. Sadly, is it still gonna sell well? Because let's face it, everyone that is a PlayStation fanboy doesn't really care.
Well, the thing about it is they got one of these companies, Megatosh, Sony, Megabox, Magnavox, whatever, they're going to have to push 4K next year. They have to now. If we're going to be getting a Scorpio and if we're going to get Neo, those companies going to have to push 4K out, and you really going to have to make it a good budget deal, and you got to make people really want it. Because right now, no one's gonna get a 4K TV until Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Adrian, not only that, but like 4K is expensive right now. Like it really is. And if you want to have if you wanna, let's say that next year, the PlayStation Neo gets announced for release close to the NX. Let's say that is the same time in March. Hey, March, PlayStation Neo drops. You can buy it. It's $600, and you can buy it right now. It's fully it will fully support the PlayStation VR, which is great. You don't need any other upgrades. It's fantastic, right? Right. You drop down $600 on the PlayStation Neo, plus $400 on the PlayStation VR. Plus, what's the cheapest 4K right now? I think It's like
There-
what, 6 grand, 7 grand?
Oh no,
No,
you can get like
it's
a
about
Vizio
like 700.
4K, like a decent one for like $1,000. Like a Vizio 4K at like Best Buy earlier today I saw was like $1,000.
Really? Oh, well,
Yeah,
then
like a
I've
47
been
inch
looking at
one.
the wrong places because every 4K that I've seen, it's really really pricey.
If you
To the
want like
point
And
a
that
it
it scares
good
depends.
me.
4K with like good contrast ratios and HDR and stuff like that, that's gonna run you some money. But like if you just want to watch like House of Cards, I guess in 4K or
Well,
whatever.
exactly, but that's
And
that's the
how do you?
that's the whole argument, right? Like, do you get a PlayStation Neo or a Xbox Scorpio for the 4K capabilities because you want gaming to be the best thing you can see and you can be right now? Then are you gonna spend all that money in that console and have the lowest tier TV? You probably won't, right? You probably will go for a bigger tier 4K TV, and that is a lot of money for people
Right.
right now.
Yeah, and everything you just said actually might benefit Nintendo because if they come out with a box that's let's say NX is $300. Let's hypothetical here.
Uh,
And it's just as powerful as Xbox and PlayStation now. If Scorpio and Neo come out at like $600, like this is going to be a Wii situation all over again. Like that box was $200. It was $200 cheaper than the next box, and it was a family-friendly type experience where Nintendo is always trying to push for that family audience. If they can undercut them, you know, if they because they're not going to be pushing uh, Xbox One S or the original Xbox One
right.
if they're trying to push Scorpio. There's not really a reason. Like maybe at the end of the ad they'll have like buy a family of like you can buy something in the Xbox One family starting at $299 or whatever. But if you really want the good one, they're going to be pushing Scorpio through that commercial or Neo through that commercial. Whereas Nintendo's only going to have one box maybe with a handheld component to it, and these systems will be separate, you
And
know.
Nintendo might just throw in some things that you get another use out of. Like if it's going to be connected to like backwards capability for your Wii U. If you connect your 3DS to it in your iPhone or iTouch or Android, like if there's a lot of uses that's going to come out for it, like that's worth the buy. Like if they do $400 for it, that's worth the money compared to Sony throwing out $600 and all you paying for is really VR and 4K.
Right. And like I mean, yeah, 4K is nice and all, but I'd rather have a decent like my 1080p TV like works just fine. Like I saved up a ton of money for that TV, and I'm not gonna want to go out and buy another TV just for these to get the optimal experience out of these boxes. And like VR doesn't interest me at all yet. And like there's no experience in VR that I really want to have right now. Like not even uh, the Battlefront demo or the Eve Valkyrie, which Eve Valkyrie looks like an awesome experience. I think that game looks great, but it's not gonna sell me on VR. Like it in this day and age, like the killer app doesn't exist anymore. Like that you don't go out and buy a system for one game anymore. You look at the whole library,
Right.
and until VR has that library that exists, I I don't need it. Like I don't want it just to sit here and say, oh, that was a cool thing I bought once.
And they
Yeah, you know
treat
what? Sorry. You know what? It's kind of funny how that is actually true, right? Like the killer app, like it doesn't really exist. Like I mean, for example, for me, like I wanted a PS4 only for Uncharted 4, right? Like that was the game that I wanted a PS4 for. And as much as I love Uncharted, I really had to like take a look at myself and say like, hey, are you really willing to spend mm, what is like five, not even like 600
What
bucks?
are you're in Canada, right? So everything's
Exactly,
it
exactly. It's a lot more money. So it was just thinking about like, are you really willing to spend that much money on just this box with this one game? Thinking like all the other games that you wanna play aren't really like they're available on another console, the Xbox One, which you actually want to play more because there are more games there that you want to play, right? So it was like I had to go back and forth a lot within myself, saying like, hey, like don't rush it, don't buy the PS4 right now, don't get nuts, think a little bit more, and at the end of the day, just like you said, right? Your setup with your 1080p TV for games, it works just as fine, right? I'm just gonna turn the camera here, and I'm just gonna so you guys can see it. But I'm gonna describe it to people. This little TV here, 21-inch Samsung, cost me I don't know like $300, and this is the TV that I have in my bedroom to game whenever I just feel like sitting on my desk and play video games instead of being on the big TV on the couch in the living room. You know what? It's a more personal close-up experience, which I actually enjoy better because it makes me feel like I'm more part of the game, right? So, do I need an Xbox One not Neo, sorry, Scorpio, or a PlayStation Neo on this little thing? I don't really. If the NX is 4K, I'm gonna be missing out on a bunch of stuff, but I'm not gonna start gaming here just because the box is asking me to spend money on a TV. I don't think that's fair for anyone.
Right.
And Nintendo want to sell you a reasonable console at a reasonable price.
Right. That's always been their thing. And like that's Nintendo's the only console, like every time they release a console, it's the only console I buy on day one because I mean I'm like all of us, we're huge Nintendo nerds. Like we love Nintendo so much, and like I didn't buy a PlayStation 4 on day one, and I wasn't even planning on buying an Xbox One until like my parents got me one for Christmas, and I was extremely grateful. And then I could play Master Chief Collection. Well,
nice,
but it was
right.
But I wasn't gonna buy it. I went into the mindset this generation like, I don't have the time I used to play games. I don't have I have more responsibilities than I did when I was younger. I'm going to buy a Nintendo console, and then I'm going to buy the console I feel like has the better library of the games I want to play. And, Edward, you were on the episode of NGR when, we talked about how our gaming habits have changed, and like
right.
how our tastes have changed. And like I'm gonna bring it up here, like the games that I used to love playing, even on Xbox 360, I don't care anymore. Like I don't care about Halo that much anymore. Like I love Gears of War, but like Quantum Break, as cool as the concept as that was, I don't really care about that game. Tomb Raider's cool, but it's eventually coming to PS4. I went in the mindset coming in saying, okay, well, let's look at what PlayStation has. We're getting Uncharted. We're going to get a God of War, and those are games that I like to play now. And even now they've announced Horizon, and Bloodborne was a great experience. They have the experiences that I want. I thought I'm just going to go into this console generation with a Nintendo console, whatever console I has a better lineup for me as a gamer. Now, granted, I ended up with all three again, but it's life.
It happens, right? It really happens. Right. And you know what? That is the perfect attitude to go onto any console life cycle, right? You have to be very agnostic. Just look at, like, at least for me personally, right? I normally go more for PC games nowadays because most of the friends that I play with, they all game on PC, right? They're big PC gamers. They don't have money to buy consoles and stuff like that. So right. I normally like, all right, Steam sale, it's time to drop the big bucks right now, right? And you just spend like $100 on like 4 or 5 different multiplayer games, and then we just all play them together, right? Mm-hmm. We got a good deal, we got a bunch of really cool games, and we'll probably be playing those games for the next year or so.
Right, and you look at like Humble Bundles and stuff too, that'll save you a ton of money.
Yeah, exactly.
I know for me that why I got the Xbox One first before the PS4 was that, the Xbox One allowed me to have external hard drive memory,
Right.
and PS4 still doesn't have that. So, and if I find a game that's on a better like of, let's say, Toys R Us have a sale on a game for Xbox One that's cheaper than the PS4, I might as well just get it for Xbox One, because to me personally, it's the same game. Regardless if it runs differently or anything, I'm getting the same experience out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, when it comes to between PS4 and Xbox One, I play my Xbox One than my PS4. And it's not because of titles or anything. It's just that I got comfortable with my Xbox One, and if I'm running out of memory, they go to external hard drive. Where PS4, now I gotta delete so much information that I work hard to get just to play the latest games. And I'm not about to be a handyman and be changing out my hard drive. That's stupid.
It's
Like
crazy talk.
if Nintendo is able to do that with the Wii U, that they be like, hey, external hard drive up to 2 terabytes, Xbox One up to 5 terabytes, and Sony still hasn't done that, that's a problem.
Yeah. That makes me wonder what kind of like hardware is going to be inside this NX. Like, I want space. Like, especially if we're gonna have to start installing these games from the disc. Because like I still buy the physical copies of games. Like I don't know. I haven't jumped ship to digital. I did download Overwatch digitally, which was a big step for me. But I have me and my dad built these two huge shelves for media, and I'm like, I need to fill these up. Like my one shelf right now has like all the freaking Disney Infinity and Amiibo. Like that's one of these shelves, and the other shelf is just games. Like I want to fill this space, but like if we're gonna have to start installing these games onto the hard drive from the disc, like this thing needs to have some space in it, especially if they're not doing the cartridge thing. That's the big rumor. So I don't know.
Well, does the NX go Blu-ray, or do they take HD DVD and make it work?
I hope not.
Yeah, I was
I
just
mean,
thinking about that, like, oh man,
I
I
mean,
hope not.
but let's say for budget reasons that it does almost the same thing as a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
If they take HD DVD and use that as the disc format for that system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although, like, aren't the Wii discs based off of Blu-ray technology, though? I mean, I know they're proprietary Nintendo, but aren't they based off Blu-ray technology?
No, they're regular DVDs.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
what, the Wii U game? No, really?
Yep. Wii and Wii U games are regular DVDs. They don't use anything Blu-ray because Sony has copyright on Blu-ray.
Interesting.
Now,
Yeah.
that's why they did the cell chip, because Sony was introducing Blu-ray. That's why they had that cell chip in the PS3. That's why it holds more data.
Interesting. Huh. Wow. You just blew my
Such
mind,
a tech
Edward.
nerd.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Now I'm speechless. I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
because of EGM, when EGM was interviewing Sony, talking about the PlayStation 3, they was talking about how Sony worked with IBM to get the cell processor, and they were saying that the cell processor was going to be the future of tech in video games. Like there's just like one cell processor could be used to just do a whole bunch of stuff, but it was so hard. That's why I say it was so hard to develop, because no one never knew how to use that processing chip.
Right. And we see how that worked out. Sony kind of just it's like, meh, we're gonna go with the x86 setup this time. Make it easy.
But don't forget, a lot of consoles, when they were doing their systems, IBM was the way to go.
Right.
IBM was doing their stuff.
Right. All right. We're gonna talk about what do we want out of the NX. I mean, it is coming out in the middle of a console cycle. It is coming out. I don't know. It might be similar powered or maybe even a little bit underpowered to the PS4 and Xbox One. I mean, what do we really want this box for? I mean, I know I buy my Nintendo boxes for Nintendo games, but I do buy the occasional third-party game for this box. I will be buying Zelda for both boxes, Wii U and NX. I will be. What are we expecting moving forward with Nintendo? What are we expecting?
I'm expecting new IPs from indie and from Nintendo. I'm not expecting anything for third party. I'm expecting something Nintendo taking hardware that you think that shouldn't produce the content and the artwork and stuff that they should, and blowing people's mind to be like, how the heck did you guys, as a company who's supposed to be for kids and be the weakest company making systems, able to pull something this extravagant and this cool off?
Right.
I think I'm just waiting for more of that Nintendo magic that makes me smile like an 8-year-old on Christmas Day. That's really all I want from the NX. However, my problem is, like, I get bored sometimes with so many games coming out so often that I just get bored. Like, I get overwhelmed by, no, yeah, there's every week there's 5 new games getting released, and I'm like honestly, like, who has the time? Who has the money to play all these things? I mean, it's cool, like. You know what? I would like for some particular games to be on the NX, and you know what? I would love this new Skyrim remaster that is coming out for PS4 and Xbox One to be on the NX. I would lose my mind if Skyrim was on the NX. I would play a lot of Skyrim on the NX. Heck, I would play a lot of Skyrim on the Wii U if it was available on the Wii U. You know what I would like? And I know Corey will be very happy about this, but I would love Destiny. I would love Destiny on the NX.
It's rumored. It's Destiny: The Complete Collection is rumored.
I don't want Destiny on NX or Destiny 2. I know some people would. I prefer Japan to come back to America. I would love to have wacky Japanese games on the NX instead of playing American-style games.
You know what? But we're getting those anyway. I'm talking here about the stuff that we don't usually get that I would like personally to get. You know what else I want? I want Minecraft on the NX. I've played Minecraft on PC.
I think
Minecraft on
Xbox. At this point, I think that that's going to launch with Minecraft. I think it's going to launch with the Mario version of Minecraft, and I think it's going to do well.
Yeah.
But Adrian, going back to your Destiny thing, I already have a Nintendo Fire Team ready in case that thing ever comes to anything Nintendo.
There you go. Yeah.
I know Frank Clark wants to be on a Nintendo Fire Team. I just know a couple people that were like,
dude,
if that game comes, we're jumping ship. We're going to Nintendo, even if we're the only 5 or 6 Guardians playing that game.
I was going to tell you that. I'm not even kidding here, Corey. If Destiny comes out on the NX on day 1, you'll be hearing me so freaking much that you'll just get annoyed. You're like, oh, this dude again is calling me. Like, man, it's like 4 in the morning here. Like, just go to bed already. Come on, we can't raid right now. It's not possible. Just go to sleep.
I have like almost 1,000 hours pumped into Destiny on 2 different consoles.
Dang.
6 different characters, and I still would be like, if that thing comes to Nintendo, I will start over with 3 different characters, and I will do it all over again.
We have to set up an Xbox One playtime, Corey.
Yeah, I know. Me and my friend Mitch have been trying to get people to, like, we've been trying to find Xbox people, and, like, I don't know, we've kind of fallen off the Destiny thing for a while just because we hit max light on 2 different characters right now, but, like, we gotta get ready for Rise of Iron. It's coming.
You know what I would prefer if they do go west, like companies within our country. I think BioWare would fit more better on the NX, just like the other companies. I don't think Activision and Ubisoft, like, I just don't have no faith in those companies in their
I don't either.
games.
I don't
And
either. I feel like EA, like with games like Plants vs Zombies, Garden Warfare, that calls out to the Splatoon crowd. Mass Effect Andromeda. I think Mass Effect 3. Even though you didn't get the other two games, I still think the best version of Mass Effect 3 was on Wii U. It had the command controls on the screen where you could control each of your
companions.
Yeah, you can control them each individually, tell them where to go, flank enemies. I think it was the best version. I totally agree with you.
well, quick question to you guys about the Destiny thing. Do you think Bungie wants to work on a Nintendo console? Because that's the
Why
issue.
not?
I think that would be the issue.
I think they want to work anywhere that will allow them to be successful.
And I think they're going to stick with Sony and with Microsoft. I don't think they feel. I think personally they're not going to feel successful on a Nintendo console, because if they did, they would have brought Destiny out for Wii U.
Here's the thing about Destiny. It requires that solid online infrastructure that Wii U doesn't really
Exactly.
have. I think that Activision proved with Call of Duty that they don't care that if it's not going to make them money, they're not going to release it.
But see, that's the problem. I feel like they didn't want to put in the time and money to research that. I mean, think about. I think of it as this: you can make money off of Skylanders to help your business, but yet you can't use that same money that's making you definitely on a Nintendo console that you're actually making money on Wii U and Wii and on 3DS. So you're making money off of a Nintendo console. Why can you not take that money and put it in development to Bungie to make that game for Wii U? Like,
Because
people,
it's not that simple, Edward. It's not. Hey, let's just throw money and people will make things work.
But guess what?
Skylanders
Skylanders sell way more than Destiny did on all four systems.
Yeah, of course it did, but it's not as simple. It's not one button make it work.
But I'm saying, with the sales of that money, why not put it in the research and development for Bungie to make a team to make that game for that system?
I just think that Activision, because on the Wii U version of Call of Duty Ghosts, they lost money. It cost them more to buy the dev kit and press all the discs for that game than the amount of units they sold. And I think that proved to them that Destiny would not work on Wii U.
Right. And Ghost didn't really sell on any platform, really.
No, it sold on
Xbox. It sold pretty well on Xbox too.
Wasn't that the last exclusive, DLC wise, before they switched to Sony?
I think Advanced Warfare was the last one.
Yeah, no, Advanced Warfare was the last one. Yeah.
For Xbox.
I thought Advanced Warfare. What was the first one on for Sony?
I think Black Ops 3 was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now Infinite Warfare. But then again, if they were to release Destiny on NX, how many people would jump ship from there already? How many people have that game and are so cozied up into their ecosystems?
If they could do something worthwhile with the gamepad, really really think it out, I think people would pick it up and be like, I would rather do this instead of, I don't know how the menu system works in Destiny, but I think they could probably do more with the gamepad if they just put time and effort.
Yeah. Sadly, it won't really work. I mean, I will get it, Corey will get it, Frank will get it, but let's be honest. Other than how big is the NBC forum group? It's 2,000 people.
I think it's just under 3,000 people.
Yeah, other than those people, I don't really think a lot of people are getting it on Wii U. However, there is nothing to say that Nintendo may have approached them like, hey, bring this to the Wii U, or sorry, no, Bungie may have approached them like, hey, we want to bring this to the Wii U, and Nintendo was like, hey, why not to the next console instead? Whoop, gave them a dev kit for the NX. That could have happened.
Yeah, I'm worried about a NX version of Destiny though. Like I really am. Like so many people already have this game for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that like there's something like 30 million registered users in Destiny right now, and probably 8 or 9 million of them play constantly on these boxes. Like, how many of those people are going to jump to a new platform and start over? Unless like Bungie had a Guardian transfer program like they did for 360 to Xbox One or PS3 to PS4.
Well, the first thing everybody gonna be like, well, if it does come to a Nintendo system, am I gonna get Samus?
Yeah.
And my thing, this is how I see it.
Scan the amiibo, get Samus skin.
Maybe the next Metroid game is gonna be a Destiny type game. Maybe like, just hear me out before everybody just stops the show and just hear me out. You still get the Metroid Prime 4 campaign. Like you still get the Metroid Prime core experience. You have that campaign, but there's a secondary experience, which is what they're experimenting with Federation Force, where you have a strike team of bounty hunters and you go on these missions, you go on these strikes. There's a multiplayer campaign. There is some sort of raid element to it where you can customize your bounty hunter. Samus is waiting in like the whatever Metroid's equivalent to the tower would be in Destiny. Like there's all these things Nintendo could do that they do very well when they wait and take their time and create a better experience in these third parties. Look at Zelda. They made a Zelda version of Skyrim, which we all wanted. Heck, it's 5 years later, but we're getting it, and it looks to be even better than Skyrim because it won't have the jank. It looks beautiful. It has everything you want in it. You know, we have. I think Nintendo could do something very special with Metroid that people don't know they want yet, but it'll be there, and they will never think anything else. I think Federation Force looks great, and I cannot wait to play it.
You know what? I stopped the podcast. I want to play a Destiny version of Metroid. That's all I want in my life right now.
I'll pass. I have different ideas. I have different ideas of Metroid.
Hold on. Let me go on Facebook and unfriend.
Look, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Don't worry.
But like I still think they could go the Metroid route. They could do a 2D Metroid differently too. Like I think they could still have, the way they do Mario. They could have the 2D Mario. They could have the 2D Metroid. They could have the 3D Metroid, and they can have their multiplayer Metroid. It will all work.
Live together. Yeah, I agree.
I think we all just need Nintendo. I think.
Well, I think they would have to bring Mother Brain back for that to happen. If they do a Metroid Destiny, like they would have to bring Dark Samus and Mother Brain. Bam, open world.
Grandmother Brain. What?
Ooh.
Clone Brain.
Oh man.
I will love the crap out of that. NX Metroid game like Destiny.
I just want another Metroid game. Is that so hard to ask for?
It's not. But you know what? Are you getting Federation Force though?
I am. I get it because I want to see what it's like, and I want to see, like, I know it's not, quote unquote a real Metroid game, but I think the things they're doing in that game are real interesting, and I really feel like that the ideas they have in that game are going to be somehow be incorporated into the next game. Like I'm going to bring up Zelda again. Triforce Heroes, the outfits gave you different buffs and different perks. They're introducing not the same mechanic in Breath of the Wild, but they are experimenting with the different armor pieces and the different outfits give you different buffs and different things, where I think they might be experimenting. Because they see that even though they won't admit it, they see the success of Destiny. They see the success of The Division, even though it's broken to crap. I really think that they might actually be bold enough to try it. And you see the success of Splatoon, where they took the third-person shooter, added their own Nintendo twist to it, and that is a fantastic game.
But do you think the guys who made Splatoon should make the next Metroid?
See, here's the thing. I still think retro, because they're based in a Western atmosphere, and they have more experience in the Western side of things. I still think that they could pull it off, but I think they could use a lot of help from someone like, not necessarily Bungie, but like, I don't know who they would pull help from, but I think that they could do it.
I think if the people who made Spec Ops were still around, I think Nintendo should have brought them before they was it Vulgar or whatever? Jaeger. If Jaeger was still around, I think Nintendo should have snatched them up before they went out of business and worked with them to do a Metroid style game.
Yeah.
Because Spec Ops is a really good game, and I think those developers could have been like, well, we don't know anything. Like Metroid is such a classic, like we don't want to mess it up. But I think Nintendo would be like, well, we give you guys the freedom to do what you guys want. Just run some stuff up by us, and we can give you some ideas, and that's it. I think it literally would have been a good game.
Yeah.
Now, if they did it as a Destiny style game, day one is the day one purchase for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Edward and I talk about what we want from the NX. What do you want, Corey? I haven't heard your opinion on this.
See, it's not necessarily, I'm trying to think about it in the way that, like, I love Wii U. I still think it's one of Nintendo's best consoles they've ever made. I still think the software lineup is some of the best they've ever released. And, like, Zelda's not even out yet, you know. And I look at something like the GameCube that has great games, and I still think the N64 has great games. I think even the Wii had a couple gems in the crapshoot that was its library. You know, I still think I just want a Nintendo box that just won't be the
You want it to be different from everybody else.
I don't want it to be the, you know, laughing stock of the industry. You know, everybody always makes fun of Nintendo until they see something they really love. And I don't want Nintendo to be that anymore. I don't care if they have third-party support. I honestly don't care about that. I don't care if they have a gimmick or not. I want a Nintendo box that's going to produce a great Mario game, a great Zelda game, a great Metroid game, a Star Fox game. Mm-hmm. Give me Mario Kart and Smash in between those. Give me Pikmin 4. I love Pikmin to death. It's one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. Give me some interesting crossovers, like when they went to Platinum and said, hey, we'll publish Bayonetta 2. Here's some money. You know, go to Tecmo and say, hey, if you want to do another project for us, here's some money. I want them to have a box that will still stand the test of time, like the GameCube or the N64.
And that's why I said Nintendo works better with Japanese game designers. Everything you just said, Tecmo, Platinum, those are Japanese game designers. Nintendo only did they work with Microsoft or whoever they did for Minecraft with the Super Mario pack?
They worked with. I think Microsoft is doing that internally.
You know, they work super well with Atlas. They work well with Namco Bandai.
Hey, Microsoft, we'll give you some money if you let us have Banjo-Kazooie back.
That's a dream. That is the dream.
But Nintendo and like Capcom and Nintendo, Nintendo makes Capcom always in the black. Monster Hunter 4 put them in the black. Like, there's never been Microsoft or Sony saying that they put a company in the black.
Right.
That I know of.
I still think, and I think Nintendo could could go to even some indie developers, and like you look at Todd Happ or Yacht Club or Way Forward, you could easily give those guys money to make a Metroid game for $30 as a downloadable title, like a 2D Metroid, to give you those games in between your first party releases. You could easily go to these developers that are so inspired by old school Nintendo, it's not even funny, and say, hey, look, we like what you're doing. Here's some money. We want that Metroid-inspired game. We want that platformer that's totally inspired by Mario. You could give them the tools to do that, and they could do it. I think that's the way Nintendo needs to go, honestly, is indies and Japanese developers to help them out with software.
And I think Nintendo, their indie side has been going to developers to be like, well, I mean, but that's like bringing their games over. Like, I would, if Nintendo went away for it and be like, we want you guys to make a 2D indie game of Metroid for 3DS right now, new 3DS exclusive for that system. Don't you know how much stock they would make? How much money Way Forward and Nintendo would make from that? And like, Way Forward supports Nintendo strong before they support anybody else.
Yeah, and even like they could almost buy Yacht Club or Way Forward and say, you know what, you can make games for us exclusively now. Like, Shovel Knight is one of the best games this generation, hands down. I don't care what system you're playing on. Like, that game is amazing. And it came to Nintendo first, and it is like primarily associated with Nintendo. And I love that. And I think Nintendo could do more like that. I think they could have easily gone to who's developing Bloodstained. I think they could have totally gone there. Igarashi. They could have totally gone to him and said, look, you want to develop this game, we'll give you money to make it better, as long as you put it exclusively on Nintendo platforms.
Yeah.
But then that means that they can't kickstart the game. So
that's fine. They have Nintendo money. They don't need our money.
Yeah, I agree.
Then people would get upset, and I think that's
hold on. Because this is something that pissed me off last year during Nieto. Hey, Shenmue 3 is back. There's a Kickstarter campaign getting up. We're also getting a bunch of money from Sony, but don't tell anyone.
I know. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And then didn't even show it this year at E3. So what the heck is going on? Like, they do like about 4 Kickstarters for Shenmue 3.
I don't think anybody really cares about Shenmue 3 at this point.
Nothing, but the Kickstarter made a lot of money though.
It made a lot of money. So exactly. I mean, why would you not show that update for that game at this year's E3?
Maybe they're having issues. It's going to be another Last Guardian situation where it's going to take 10 years to make this game, and then it'll just be a PS5 launch title or something.
But do you think Nintendo could actually work with Konami and make Konami be back into people's good graces for NX? Like,
I think if Nintendo's still trying to get back onto the gamers' good graces, I think they want to stay as far away from Konami as possible, honestly.
But do you think they could be like, you know what? We guys want you to bring your old properties to our system, because you made money in the NES days, you made money on the Super Nintendo days with us.
Well, so that's true. They could go to Konami and be like, hey, can you make us a Castlevania game exclusively for NX? I think they could do that.
They're probably cool. If there is one Japanese company out there that has pull over other Japanese devs, is Nintendo for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, and this is just a quick side note, but I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Yacht Club Games, developers of Shovel Knight, they created a poll basically asking people, hey, what would you like us to work on next? Right? And they have a bunch of really cool suggestions here.
I know they had like top-down Zelda-style game.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was one of them.
I'm very excited to I'm hitting very excited and everything, because honestly, from those guys, I will play anything.
I want a Shovel Knight Zelda game.
That would be fantastic.
No,
Shovel Knight Zelda game.
Yep.
I would prefer a Shovel Knight 2 game, not as an RPG. I would rather them bring a new character with Zelda into it. I think the platform is so strong because I'm like Yakuza games are former way forward. So whatever they bring, they could bring a Tambourine game out for all I care on Wii U, and I would buy it because it's from Yacht Club. But I wouldn't want a Shovel Knight. I wouldn't want a Shovel Knight RPG. I couldn't do it. Now, if they did it in a Metro style Shovel Knight 2, then yes, I'm down for that.
I think Shovel Knight's just such a versatile property right now. I think they could do whatever they wanted with Shovel Knight and people would go nuts. I think they could do a Zelda type Shovel Knight and then still do Shovel Knight 2 in the same style as Shovel Knight 1.
Give me a beat 'em up Castle Crasher Shovel Knight. I'll take it.
I think they could do all that with Shovel Knight. Honestly, like I think Shovel Knight is like
it's so big.
So many people love Shovel Knight that like I think that character could go into any genre, almost any genre, and be like, I'm gonna make a game here and it's gonna rock.
I'm just gonna read here the list of things they have, and the polls is very simple. Each option has values from 1 to 5, from not excited to very excited, right? So Shovel Knight 2, Shovel Knight and Shield Knight, Shovel Cart, which sounds fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
No.
A Mega Man. Hold on. No. Edward, I'm breathing.
I've been scolded.
A Mega Man inspired game, a Metroid inspired game, a Mario inspired game, a Zelda inspired game, a Spelunky inspired game, which I will lose my mind then working in a game like Spelunky, a Final Fantasy / Dragon Quest game. On the fence on that one.
You could have a bunch of different knights though in your party. Like if you think about a JRPG,
you just made it better.
Shovel Knight, you could have Shield Knight, you could have Spectre Knight, you could have Plague Knight. Like, I mean, I know those are all the villains.
And Corey, I would go with that as a RPG over Zelda. I would play a Shovel Knight Final Fantasy type strategy game. Like I would do that one. I just feel like that's more.
Shovel
it
Knight
makes
Tactics.
more sense.
Right. We also have that would be amazing actually. A Mario RPG style game, a Contra style RPG game, a Landstalker Solstice type game, an isometric action adventure. I don't think I've ever played a game like that.
I've seen it. Yeah, I haven't played it though. But if you play like Shadowrun, it's something like that.
I haven't played that either. But all those games sound very, very, very cool. I'll be happy with just them working on anything, really.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If they do like a Mario Kart thing or something like that, I think Shovel Knight 1 would have to just put in, like something auto-scrolling to get a feel for it, because Shovel Knight is known for its good platforming. I don't think it's known for anything vehicle within that game. So how would that work?
It doesn't matter. Mario didn't have any vehicles either, and they made Mario Kart. I don't care. They can make
Yoshi.
How is that a vehicle? Yoshi's a racer. He drives a car too. Okay.
Oh man.
Anyway, going back to the next, because we're way off topic here and way over time too.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't care. Who cares?
We have a passion for video games.
This show's the best. I love everything that we're doing here. I love it. But like in terms of NX, I guess my last thought on NX is just like, I mean, I just want a good Mario game. I want that good Zelda. I want another good Zelda game because this one looks like it's going to be amazing. Which I actually have a couple thoughts on Zelda, but I guess I should have talked about that last week. But I want the Nintendo games that we know and love, and I don't care about third party. That's why I mean, honestly, that's why I have my PS4 and Xbox One. Is third-party stuff can go there. I don't care. I know the quality that Nintendo can put out, and I want it to be the hybrid console, so all of their studios are working on games for one platform, and that way we get more Nintendo games on one platform, and that's kind of what I'm most excited about. Is if this really is a hybrid console, all their resources are going to be focused on one place, and that's going to make that console even stronger. Because you look at the 3DS and Wii U lineups separately, they're good to great on their own, but if you put them together,
That
like
would be fantastic.
Sony and Microsoft have a really hard time matching up to Nintendo's library.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
that's what I want.
Yeah, you know what? The NX is already starting strong with what it promises to be one of the greatest games of all times with Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you add that to a new, full 3D Mario game, I
Which
will
they
lose
are.
my mind. Yeah, and if the rumors are true about like Splatoon coming back and Mario Maker coming back and Mario Kart 8 coming back and Smash Brothers coming back to the NX on day one, you have four of the greatest games on Wii U available right on the get-go on the NX. That's gonna sell on a lot of
But it
people.
but it depends on if that system is not backwards compatible. Because if it is, it doesn't make business sense for Nintendo to put those re-release those games out. Yeah, now that sounds different than with Breath of the Wild. But
But
it's just like the other games are older. And they didn't have no idea or plan to put them on NX. I think Nintendo was just like, well, these games are out. They did what they do. They're still on the shelves. People still can buy them. They would rather have the developers make something new for NX that's gonna blow your mind than doing a port or an HD remake or
yeah, but
upping it.
if you do port the games, that's where you can get the tech nerds out there that need everything in 1080p 60. You could Mario Kart 8 ran in 60 frames, but it was only 720p. You could advertise as all your favorite Wii U games now in 1080p 60 frames a second. Smash was only 720p.
Uh,
Mario Kart was only 720p. Mario Maker, I think it was 1080, but only 30 frames a second. Not that you really need it for Mario Maker.
Yeah, it's for a Mario game.
But Splatoon was only 720p, 60 frames a second, or maybe it was only 30 frames. And you could say look, we have all these games that you loved on Wii U now at 1080p 60, which is what we know you want from a console right now.
but would you change your mind if they showed you what they're working on now, and it blows out the stuff that they could have went and ported? Like, okay, we made Splatoon a better version of Splatoon for NX, but here's Splatoon 2, and it looks way better than what they would have ported. Would that change your opinion?
I mean, I'm kind of biased. I have Twilight Princess on 3 platforms, so
I
do too.
was gonna say just the same.
They could do, but I mean, even that, Nintendo could go to the route of what publishers are doing now, where if you pre-order the second game, you get the first one for free. If you pre-ordered Splatoon 2, here's Splatoon 1 to hold you over. Maybe it's part of a digital deluxe edition or whatever that's $10 more, but you still get the first game for $10 to hold you over till the second one comes out.
But then Nintendo doesn't think that way. Nintendo be like, oh, okay, here's if you missed out on Splatoon, here's our budget price version of Splatoon. It's now $29.99.
I mean, then that's what they'll do, but you're still getting an amazing game for half the price that you paid on Wii U.
But it's still on Wii U. It's not on NX.
I don't know. We can hypothesize here all we want. It's Nintendo will do what they always do, which is surprise us, and that's the way it's going.
Well, do you think they should, if they do that, do you think they should just do it for the eShop? Instead of them being, okay, here's a new updated version, but it's only digital. it's attached to your My Nintendo account.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do a HD version if they just did a digital for a budget price? So that way it doesn't affect those developers wanting to make new games for the system.
Yeah, I mean, I would buy Splatoon again at a budget price. I mean, I already have the physical copy for Wii U, but like if I could play it on NX and I could like put my Wii U away with, my other Nintendo stuff, I would totally do it because that game is great. Now it's the whole remake remaster thing argument. Everybody hates them until there's a game that they want. That's
exactly yeah.
Right. So. And Nintendo is going to put some work. They're just not going to port it and be like, well, we just put a little stuff there. No, they're going to be like, no, we put time, money, effort, love, and whatever into making it what it is.
Right. I don't know. I think that Nintendo's going to need a library to hold people over. And like, if they're gonna do year-old games, 2-year-old games, I'd rather it be Nintendo games than a year-old version of Arkham Knight or whatever. Like the Wii U. So,
That's true.
if they're gonna do that, I'd rather it be Nintendo games because at least we know they're good and we've played them before and we already love them. I wouldn't mind throwing Nintendo a couple more dollars to play a better version of the game that I've already owned.
Right.
And maybe if you already own it. Like, I know there's no way to prove if you own it physically, but if you own it digitally, maybe you get a discounted price for the NX version. Digitally.
Now, that would be cool. I would be down for that.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, I don't know. There's a lot.
NX version of Shovel Knight. Oh, crap. Dang, I don't want that. Like, literally, like, I would spend the $15-$20 for a 1080 HD 60 frames per second Shovel Knight, like, with turbo mode.
Can I just say how ridiculous the amount of money I've spent on Shovel Knight just buying that game. I bought it digitally on Wii U. I bought it digitally on NX. I bought it physically on Wii U.
You mean 3DS?
Yeah, 3DS. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Like, it's not out for it.
It's cool.
You want it too.
Okay, I bought it for Wii U and 3DS twice. I bought the Amiibo. I bought it for PlayStation 4 physically. Like, that game is just so amazing that
you cannot beat me to it. I got Shovel Knight on 3DS and Wii U digitally. Then I got, when they were physically released, I got a 3DS version and a Wii U version. I gave the Wii U version to my friend because he was having his birthday, and I really wanted him to play the game. And then I found another copy of Wii U physically, and I was like, you know what? I'm buying that again. So I bought 5 copies of Shovel Knight, and not only that, I have 2 Shovel Knight amiibos. One that I have still sealed on my amiibo case up there. And I have one at the office that is always staring down at me, saying, "Hey, you could be making games like me." I'm like, I know.
I feel good because I have the digital version on Wii U, I have the 3DS version, physical copy, and I just have the Shovel Knight. So I did very well for myself. I'm proud.
No, I love Shovel Knight so much.
Because literally, I will buy that game physical and digital on all my platforms: PS4, PS3, Xbox One. Like, if I ever lost the system, I still have Shovel Knight somewhere around.
You know what? They're printing a limited run of Shovel Knight physical editions for PlayStation Vita, and you guys know how much I think the Vita is dumb. I'm getting one of those bad boys.
Oh man, wow! I can't believe we came into this show saying we're gonna predict stuff about NX, and we spent like a third of it talking about how awesome Shovel Knight is.
Because Shovel Knight is awesome.
It is. You have to listen to our Shovel Knight discussion, Corey, where me and Adrian talk. Well, I said I feel like Shovel Knight doesn't really have anything to do with Mega Man in that game.
See, honestly, I don't really think it has a lot to do with Mega Man really. The only thing that would have made it more like Mega Man is if you got different abilities after you beat the bosses.
Yeah.
And like the level design and stuff kind of reminds me of Mega Man a little bit. It reminds me a little bit more of like old school Castlevania type stuff. But
I would mostly say like just Capcom and Konami platformers, or even sometimes even Mario. Like those three companies were making good platforming games for the NES.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I understand some of the Mega Man references like in the game, like some of the stuff that you can do in the level design reminds me of Mega Man a lot, but like I think that's more based off of what you said, an overall vision of what the Capcom and Konami platformers were than just specifically Mega Man. I think they had the idea of going in saying we want to make a cool Mega Man game, and I think their original plan was to give you different abilities, but I think that's why these different campaigns with the different nights are coming out.
Oh, I can't wait for that new DLC. I seen it in action and
posted that, and I was like freaking out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're coming out with
remember
more."
I told you, and you was like, "Wait, what?" I'm just like, "Yeah, they just announced it."
Yeah, I was like freaking out. I was like, "No, it's free." What? Now I just want to play Shovel Knight.
I want to play Shovel Knight again too, but I always want to play Shovel Knight. That's my problem.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap this episode.
Well, one last question. Do you think we will see a digital presentation of the NX in November this year?
I think we'll see. I think we're going to see it before that. I think there's going to be a digital event around, not at Tokyo Game Show, but around that time. I think maybe early October, we might see it. Because they want to get the hype out there. They want to get their marketing campaign going. And if you wait till November, if it's supposedly coming out in March, that only gives you like 3 months to prep for marketing.
Yeah.
But they mostly have their big presentation in November. That's why.
Yeah. They might have another one in November saying, look, here's our NX launch lineup. Because that first one that they do about NX is going to be all about hardware. It's going to show you the controller. It's going to show you the specs of the system. They might show Zelda running on it. They might show 1 or 2 games, like maybe Pikmin 4, which is already announced, but not, or they said it's in development or whatever. But then that next one, maybe November, early December, they might be showing all games. You know, they might have an indie showcase. They might have Shovel Knight. They might, show off, maybe tease the new Mario game. They might say, here are the games we're porting from NX or from Wii U to NX. I think that second one's going to be all about games, but that first one, early October, is going to be all about the system. So.
Yep. Can't wait.
I know. I can't wait. Is it March yet?
Yeah, I know, eh?
It's like that South Park episode where Cartman freezes himself, and then he ends up like 1,000 years in the future when the world's being run by otters because he wanted a Wii. But anyways, this has been DNA Pow Block, our all Nintendo show. I know we talked about a lot of other systems, but that's okay. It's okay. It's a conversational show. Edward and Adrian, you can find them on World 1-1. Look for Adrian's game, Tuna Cycle, coming soon. You can see the banner on our website at digitalnerdadvocates.com. Edward, optional opinion. I guess I could just let you guys plug your stuff, but Edward's going to be writing some stuff for us too, eventually, maybe sometime soon. So, look out for that. You can find all of our content on digitalnerdadvocates.com. And until next week, we love you.
Bye, Shovel Knight.
I want to do a Mega Man jump right now, freeze framing, like Mega Man 2 style.
like a bad '90s movie, like
yes.